One of the things what people ask for when we're talking about bringing out new products is a set of microphones for 5 stands. Well, we wanted to take that a step further. So as standard, we've developed ours to be completely wireless. So we don't have a wire going from any of the microphones to a control box. We don't have any wires going from a control box out to the trap. Every single device what you see here, all 5 stands, the referee remote control, the receiver on the trap, completely wireless. And we've done that for the same price as what you would pay for a wired system. To demonstrate some of the features on this, first off the bat we have the referee remote control. Now that allows you to fire the trap if you just got some no birds and you just want to clear the trap out. We also have a mute button so we can mute the entire line. Once the system is muted, the status indicator light, what tells you if the microphone is live or not, flashes, so all of the shooters know that the system's on mute. That will continue to do so until you press mute one more time on the referee remote. If you find that the sensitivity is too low or too high, you can adjust that with the referee remote control. One press lowers the sensitivity, another one will raise it. That applies to all 5 microphones at the same time, and it also saves it to memory. So if you do restart the system, pack it away, bring it out next week, it will still remember the settings from what you used the time before. Once a shooter calls pull, the system will disable itself for 3 seconds. That obviously gives the shooter an opportunity to take his shots, and it also gives the next person his chance to get ready on the line. What I would recommend, because all 5 microphones are live at the same time, obviously there's a discipline there for everyone on the line to remain quiet, but when it comes to reloading and chucking your cartridges in the bin, probably best if they wait until the next person's called pull, and then you have another 2 or 3 second window to chuck the cartridges in the bin, the noisy part, and pop a couple of fresh cartridges in for your next round. So I can demonstrate this now by walking up to any of these microphones and shouting, pull! And the clay will fire. The light goes off for 3 seconds, and it comes back on again to say that the next person in the line can then take his turn. Pull! And again, lights off, 3 seconds, light on, pull! System repeats, nice and simple, no sequencing, nothing to confuse the line. Just take your shot, light goes on, light goes off, next person can shoot, rinse and repeat. Pull! Now, I've been walking up and down this line, and you probably noticed the trap hasn't fired. The filtering what we built into this system does get rid of most of the background noise. So we like to think that we've done a good effort there with the noise filtering, and I can demonstrate that by turning the microphones on live, above, sides, below. But the moment I click in front of it, the trap fires. So it's a very directional microphone, and the background noise, as you can see, this is live now. I'm talking quite loudly, it's not firing a trap. If I turn and face the microphone, however, and shout the word pull, the trap will fire just fine. So as mentioned previously, once the shooter calls pull, the system disables for 3 seconds. If you watch this little indicator light down here by my finger, pull, the light's gone off. 3 seconds later, the light comes back on again, and it's ready to go again. Pull! Now, if I move down the line to one of the other stands, and you carry on watching that, which happens to be stand number 2, now I'm standing at stand number 5, and as I call pull, you'll notice your light's gone off as well. So not only does your microphone disable itself, it sends a signal to all of the other wireless devices on the line and disables theirs as well. Saves someone making a bit of noise while you're lining up to take your shot, and all of a sudden the second clay goes, everything disables for 3 seconds. They all come back on at the same time, and like I said before, once the referee, if he mutes the competition, all stations beep, and hopefully you can pick that up on the camera. The status lights are now flashing to indicate that the stations are now muted. I'll turn those back on again. The actual devices are powered by 18650 lithium ion rechargeable cells. Now these are commonly sold for e-cigarettes or vapes, and they're very powerful. They hold 3 amps of energy, and we include a charger capable of charging 10 batteries in one go, which is enough to do the entire line. So you will get at least 3 days of hammering this system without needing to charge. But for the sake of maintaining these batteries and not letting them run down too low, it's best after a full day shooting, just take the batteries in and charge them up overnight, ready for the next day. There is no on-off switch. It's literally once these cells go in, the system becomes live. So someone can't accidentally switch it off out in the day. You're just good to go. Charge the batteries up, pop them in, enjoy a day shooting. And you'll notice I'm doing all this talking and I'm right up against this microphone and it's still not firing the trap. Pull! So when it comes to setting up or packing away, there really isn't that much involved. For packing away, for example, like I'm about to do now, I'll just pop the batteries out of the unit. It's now disabled the system. One thing to note before I do pull this out of the ground is these are height adjustable as well. So if I just loosen this slack off, you can go much taller, you can go much shorter. If someone happens to be shooting in a wheelchair, that's fine, you can lower it all the way down. For a particular taller gent, you can bring it all the way up. So these stakes are made out of aluminium, anodized aluminium, and on the bottom we have a screw thread. So it does assist in making it easier to screw into the ground. Probably easier if you soften the ground up first with a hose pipe so it's easier to screw in, or better yet, if you prefer to shoot on concrete stands, then why not take a ornate flower pot with either some postcrete in the bottom, set this into the actual tub, and you've got a very bottom heavy stand without having to invest in the rather expensive heavy metal stands what are on sale on alternative products, shall we say. This is a good all-rounder and we include them for free with the system.